Good evening, welcome back to the Bird Room. I'm Shane from Direct Bird Products. Today, just a couple of small tips. One is calcium, must for breeding season, and one will be about nest sites and changing them. So we'll start off with the question first. The question is from Graham Davis, and it's about dandelions. And he basically said when he feeds them when they've been pollinated. It's been quite controversial over the years, as in what time is best for them. I've even seen comments in the past where they're saying that when a dandelion is in, or not even opened up, or not even flowered, it's sour. I beg to differ, and there is goodness in all the plant, like I've said previously, from the root to the flower to when it's seeded. So we'll start off with the root, obviously, and work his way to the top. The root itself is full of carbohydrates. I mean, I'm not saying go around and dig them up, but if you've got them in your lawn and you don't like them there, dig them out and give them to your birds, full of carbs. Perfect really for feeding. They're obviously working their way up to the leaves. So the green parts of the flower, the leaves, the stems, are full of minerals, magnesium, potassium, iron, all things that birds need. In fact, all things that we need really. Vitamins and minerals is packed, like I said, through dandelions. So they're the ones that you're going to find in the leaves itself. In some of the posh salads you'll probably get, you do get like dandelion leaves and things like that, but you probably get just as much minerals out of a dandelion leaf as what you do with spinach anyway, and it's natural and it's free. When it's in flower, you're obviously going to find vitamins A, C, E, K and vitamin B1 in the actual flower itself, as well as when it gets down to the actual seed heads, it's packed full of seeds. So why not give them in the flower form? I always do. I've done it for years and I will continue to do it that way. So far as when it comes into when it's finished, and we used to call them fairies as kids, when obviously they're ready to pop and obviously they're blowing the wind to spread it about for new dandelions. The seed form itself is packed with obviously the same type of vitamins and minerals, but in a seed form. Personally, I'd rather them have the birds peck and get into them, keep them active, getting the actual goodness out of the plant as it is, rather than just the seeds itself. Just my opinion, and it's more fresher as a flowering part of the dandelion than the seed form. Now, today's tip, like I said, firstly, it's going to be about nests, and you will find more with the British birds than your canaries, for instance. I mean, Norwich and on all the other types of canaries are not as fussy as what British birds are. For instance, you will find some birds take a longer time to settle, maybe in a flight or a cage, in the types of nests, or whether it be nest felt or inlays or anything like that, they're in there. And I found this two occasions this week where the greenfinch in the flight weren't settling. Literally just went in, changed it for a metal basket with a cocoa inlay. Within hours she was building in there. Got the same greenfinch down here. I'll try and get a picture. So yeah, like I said, the greenfinch down there, which is she had a nest out of the back. Didn't really want to go to nest there. As soon as I put it on the front with a bit of conifer at the front, almost instantly she went to nest. I've got the same with the red poles. Now, all the years, for the last 3 or 4 years, I've used the grass inserts. This pair is a pair I got in. Didn't settle. Don't know what it was, but all the ones I've used are using the grass insert, so just shows some people's birds are a bit more picky than what mine are, say. Went in and changed it for a nest felt in an external wire nest inside the cage. Almost instantly she built up, and now she's on eggs. Who knows? I mean, it's like anything. You imagine it. You go in to buy an house. you're not going to buy the first one you see. You want to find one that's comfortable for you and suits you. Birds are exactly the same. They're going to look around and find what they want to nest in. This is why I've said it many a time. It's more important to put a couple of nest sites up than just one nest site and just make them nest in it. Like I said, the canaries, they will nest freely anywhere there's a nest pan. They'll nest in a grit pot, a seed pot, anything like that. They will nest in because they're not picky. Coming on to nesting material for the birds, I do get asked this quite a lot. What's the best nesting material for goldfinches, canaries, blah blah blah. Well, as a rule, yeah, goldfinches, redpoll, even crossbills like white material. But any bird, if in full condition, will pick up anything and nest with anything if they're in full condition. So you don't need to be picky, really. Some people do believe that, yeah, they want to use this, but that's up to them. But out of experience, you can put anything in there and they will nest with it regardless. So, I mean, that is the answer to that. Calcium. I mean, I do give mine calcium regularly. Nothing more important to stop egg binding and what I'm going to show you with a bullfinch. Everyone's seen this northern bullfinch, and yesterday I thought she'd had it and couldn't see her. She'd been building a nest again, up to her own tricks, just building and building and building, and couldn't find her. She was alright. I see her building in the morning, came in the afternoon, couldn't find her. Opened the door and she's on the floor. She's literally laid on the floor, almost dead. Anyway, I took her in the house. I was talking to my daughter about it and explaining what's the situation. Basically just put her in a cage up here with some food and water, double dose of calcium in the water, and literally stuck her head in it and made her have a lot of it. I did this for about 4 or 5 times within an hour. Just keep putting her head in the water, which is not a concentrate calcium, but more than a normal dose I would recommend feeding daily. Checked on her throughout the night before I locked up, and she looked like she was going to be a goner. I text Mark last night. I said, you know, that's it. I'm left with a spare cockbird now because yeah, she'll be dead in the morning. Came in the morning. She's on the perch, moving around, eating, drinking, until I looked in the cage and a broken egg. So my suspicions were right. I thought, because when I looked at her vent, it was really red, not swollen. She definitely wasn't egg bound, but the egg had broken inside her. I think what had happened is she'd tried to pass the egg and it just broken. As you'll probably see in the cage, I'll take a picture of it. There's remnants of a bit of an egg there, which obviously she's passed, fighting fit again now, but I don't think she's going to be breeding this year. So that's the importance of calcium. And like I said, I give mine every week, once a week, so 1 day, every week. And it's not, I mean, my bottle is there. It's not expensive for the benefits you get out of it. Helps with bones as well as egg binding. And that's 10 mil, no, it's 5 mil per litre. In this jug here, I give 10 mil. Oh, is it 10 mil? 10 mil per litre it is, yeah. So they're 2 important things today. If your birds are not settled and you're thinking, well, that flight, they've gone down, no problem, they've gone down, no problem, that one hasn't. Chances are she doesn't like where the nest is or the type of nest. Just have a think about that and maybe move the nest or offer a bit more conifer or change the nest style. Secondly, make sure you're giving calcium, regardless if you're giving grit. Grit I've got on for all my birds, but I still give them calcium in the water. It's soluble, they have to drink, so they have to get in the system. I hope that has helped you guys out. Our next video won't be this Friday, as I've said before. It will be every 2 weeks now, and we'll show you the progression through the season better off that way, rather than just showing you bits and bobs throughout as a weekly period, because it's not much is going to happen in that time between filming from Wednesday to a Friday. It'll be more action packed, plenty more to see. Got young greenfinches coming out everywhere. Siskins, the crossbills have left the nest. She's back on eggs. The crossbill with the Norwich, she's laid. So it's all moving the right way. And I will actually show you some of our mulling pairs, which I haven't actually shown you yet, the Siskin mules, the linnet mulling pairs. Just, I need to save something back to keep it interesting for you. Also, when actually we are allowed, we will be back at the sales. Carshalter and Wallington Cage Bird Society, we will be supporting that. Also the Dagenham and District Cage Bird Society. We are also sponsoring the native finches, mules and hybrids, run by a host of us really, a good admin team. Paul Clean does a fantastic job of the group. We are sponsoring the photo competition there. So head over to Native Finches, Mules and Hybrids. If you're not already a friend on there, answer the questions obviously before you're allowed in the group. We don't just let anybody in. And get yourself in there. There's a great bunch of guys on there. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you all liked and subscribe for the upcoming episodes. If you haven't already, share this video, hit the notification bell. You know exactly what to do by now. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening.